Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Browns Latest. I'm Dave Grendzynski. Some people call me Grizzer, and this is where you can come and get caught up on some of the latest news involving our Cleveland Browns, but then also you can get a 10-minute take along the way. Please, if you can, like and subscribe and get those comments in the viewer comment section. Coming up on today's show, I've looked at everything again, folks, and I think there's a new odd man out in the Browns quarterback room, and I don't think Browns fans are going to be happy to hear what I have to say. Also, Dillon Gabriel exposes his hidden talent, but I will tell you what it exposed to me about the Browns draft plans heading into the NFL's draft 2025. Also, Shedeur giving back. This time he shows up to a place that's near and dear to my heart. I'll explain what I mean. And then also, once again, the viewer comments never disappoint. But let's get to our top story. Who is the new odd man out in the Browns quarterback room, in my opinion? I think it's Joe Flacco. And here's why. All right, let's break this all down. So remember, when we signed Flacco, the plan, everybody figured we were drafting a quarterback, right? But we already had Kenny Pickett in the fold. So you had Flacco, Pickett, and then whoever they drafted. Okay, saying Pickett is the top guy, right? It's going to be a battle between Pickett and Flacco. You've got that situation, so you got that there, and then the rookie is mentored along the way. Well, draft day comes, right? And Shedeur Sanders keeps falling. They knew they were taking Gabriel, and we're going to have more on that in a minute. So anyway, they get Gabriel, and then Sanders keeps falling, and then that kind of came out of nowhere. And once he got to the spot where I think they had him pegged as great value, they took him. And they put together 2 draft picks to go get him. And they go get him. And so here's the situation now. You've got Kenny Pickett, who, like I've already mentioned, I think they think he's this year's Sam Darnold. And I think that they think all he needed was a fresh start and a new chance. That Deontay Johnson signing, that has a lot to do with this. Not only do you get him at the vet minimum, but this is one of his guys from Pittsburgh. This is a receiver that he understands and knows and feels comfortable with. So that weapon is really, for Pickett, in my opinion, more than anything. So at this point, you better consider Kenny Pickett at the top of the depth chart. Now, after that, Dillon Gabriel. And then after that, I would say, Flacco or Sanders. But here's the thing. There's no market for Flacco, right? We got him off the couch. And then, the Jets didn't want him anymore. Then Indy just picked him up in desperation, and then now he's back with us. So there's no market for Flacco. There'd be a huge market for Shedeur Sanders, for sure. And they went ahead and they packaged 2 picks together to move up ahead, or get ahead of Philadelphia and get them. So they have invested some things in Shedeur Sanders, and so that's why I think that this now has become, this 4-man quarterback room has now pushed Joe Flacco to being the odd man out, or in this case, I guess the even man out. And so I think it's going to end up, and this is just me thinking here on May 7th, Flacco out, but it'll be Pickett, Gabriel, and Sanders will be your quarterback room. We shall see, but when you add it up, folks, I don't see it any other way. And now, speaking of Dillon Gabriel, did you see the video of him making his bird calls? Well, he's out there and he's making bird calls, and then somebody asked him, they said, hey, what are they telling you? And because you can hear the birds like kind of responding to him off in the distance. And he said, the Browns are going to take me with pick 94 in the 3rd round. So the first thing I thought was, I'm like, okay, well, this could help out. Maybe this bird call talent could help out against teams like the Ravens, the Falcons, the Eagles, maybe the Seahawks. And then I thought, well, how's he do with the land animals? Can he talk to the Bengals and Jaguars? Maybe throw them off when we're playing them? Or what about sea life? The Dolphins? Who knows? But I kid. what this really told me is either A, this was filmed after the draft, or B, the Browns knew all along they were taking Dillon Gabriel in the third round. We've already found out that they had planned to trade the number 2 pick for days before the draft. I mean, it's really, I mean, it's kind of come out after the draft, but they knew what they were trading. So not only did that expose a bit the Browns draft plan, but it also reinforces the fact that they never expected Sanders to fall to where he did. And so I think that was the wild card. That kind of came out of the blue. And so that draft plan, I think, was locked in early. Trade down, probably take defense, and then target Gabriel in the third round. They were all over him. They loved him. And apparently they must have told him because, like I said, either that video was filmed after the draft, or if it was before the draft and it actually was his, the Birds telling him. I don't think the Birds were telling him. I think the Browns told him they were taking him with that pick, that 94th pick in the third round. I think he knew all along. So I don't know, folks. It sure seems to be that way, but I don't know. They're all in the room now, and like I said, Joe Flacco could now be the odd man out because of the way it all played out on draft day. Hey, do you guys see this? Look at this. That's Shedeur Sanders showing up again, working out with high school football players at T3 Performance in Avon. Once again, didn't call all the TV stations, didn't ask the newspapers to show up. He just showed up. And I did a search. This is the only picture you can find. T3 posted it on their Twitter. There's some others floating around there from people who were there, but Shedeur out there helping the youngsters with their football talent. T3, my son, this is near and dear to my heart because my son played baseball for T3. He also interned there last summer as he's working towards his exercise science degree. But so T3, we've been around T3 forever, and so and they help athletes, not just in football, baseball, basketball. They have a facility. They have soccer. They do all kinds of things, workout and training, and all kinds of position specific drills and things that they do. But yeah, Shedeur showed up the other day and was helping out. And some of these kids in this picture are some of the kids that the games that I call for on the radio or for Spectrum in the fall. And so it was just cool to see. And I texted with the general manager and he said, yeah, it was awesome. I really hope the Browns can keep him around. So a lot of people rooting for Shedeur and applauding what he is doing off the field. I mean, the guy hasn't even taken a snap yet. And boy, oh boy, the effect he's having on the community is it's undeniable. So nice to see. Another nice little thing that Shedeur Sanders has done since he has gotten to Cleveland. All right, let's get to the viewer comments. And once again, you guys just continue to impress. Let's start with Michael Jennings, 7214. Remember, we broke down the whole Baker Mayfield thing. And so he said Baker Mayfield's rookie camp was structured and run by a completely different coaching staff and front office. Heck, the owner was essentially a rookie at owning the team. Yes, it was a completely different situation. My point is, I just hope, I don't care like who it was back then. I just hope we handle these two rookie quarterbacks much differently than the way we handled Baker Mayfield, who was our last big name rookie quarterback that we brought in here. But Michael, you are absolutely right. So I'm hopefully it's a completely different situation and handled in a completely different way. At BK Alaskan says, welcome to our world concerning Shedeur. A lot of people are letting his confidence offend their insecurities, and that could be part of it. Yeah, I mean, like I said, we talked about it. There's no off the field knuckleheadedness, and so yeah, and I want him to exude that confidence, and so we'll see. Only time will tell, and it's going to start on Friday when these guys get out on the field and start slinging it around. So that's when the conversation is going to start to shift. So it's all got to play out on the field. How about this one? Bentley RR3 says, I'm not in Cleveland. I'm not even in the U.S. but I'm a Browns fan now. So if the NFL wants to be global, this is the recipe. And this, he means the main ingredient, is Shedeur Sanders. And so that's why he has now come along and he will follow the Browns. And it's good to see. I mean, like I said, this is, again, why I think Joe Flacco is going to be the odd man out. The Browns would be nuts. There's no way they're going to let Shedeur Sanders, they're going to put him on the beach. I mean, if they trade him, that's one thing, but there's just no way. There is just no way to have that setup. If you got Pickett with Gabriel and Sanders behind him, I mean, you've got a young veteran with two rookies to follow. I think it's nuts. I mean, a month ago, I would have said you were crazy if I was going to sit here and tell you that Kenny Pickett might be the guy mentoring the rookies. But that, I think, is where we're probably going to end up. So we'll see. And then we'll end on this one. Jim 6, JO6HF. That is a crazy, crazy handle. I am glad the Browns got him, meaning Shedeur. Let's treat this guy right. Seems like a good kid, and he can play. Let Joe and Kenny get things going, Flacco and Pickett. And then I think next year, Shedeur should be the day one starter. And yeah, I mean, it remains to be seen. But in a perfect world, the rookies probably don't play. Just take the whole year to soak it all in and learn the pro game. Because if that means Kenny Pickett's balling out. So, but I mean, he gets hurt all the time. So I just don't even if it is Pickett to start the season, his track record is he won't last the season. So I do think that one of the rookies will get a shot eventually. Okay, that's going to do it. Little side note, May 7th, the anniversary of my first communion. So yes, thank you. But hey, if you can, like the episode, like all the episodes, subscribe to the channel. Keep those viewer comments coming. Really appreciate it. All right, that's going to do it for today. Go Browns. We'll see you next time.